Hey, fourth grade, how you doing? Good morning to you. It is, watching this, you know it's Wednesday, May 13th, okay? And we're finishing up Module 3 today. And so that means Monday coming up, we will start Module 4, and then Dr. Couture is going to give you an assessment. After we get through with Module 4, there'll be a little assessment over Unit 6. So you have that to look forward to too. So let's look at, in Module 3, in the Teacher's Edition, they gave a problem string, okay? So if you got $5 and you got 5 friends, okay, that's easy. Here's $1, each get $1. $5 divided by 5 equals $1. Well, what happens when you go to double the people? Okay, but you still only have $5. Well, when we're doing doubling and halving, when we multiply, we would say, oh, well, if this goes up by 2, this goes. But no, we're dividing. We're not multiplying. So, because of that, we have the dollar, okay, gets cut in half. So each of the 10 kids gets 50 cents, okay, because it's the same amount of money. Remember, when you divide by 10, the decimal goes back 1. That's another way of looking at it. Remember that from a week or two ago? Okay, so 0.50, 50 cents. And then if you think of that same thing, we got $4 and 10 people, okay? That's going to be 40 cents. Decimal over 1, 0.4, 0.4, and the 0 for the cents, 40 cents, okay? Now, down here, they bring it down into session 4. They look at that same problem where it's a times 10 ratio table. So let's say you started from the beginning, you're like, okay, I don't quite get this, so let's do, what happens if we had a quarter times 10, $2.50? What if we had 10 cents, a dime times 10, that's $1. What if we had a nickel times 10, 50 cents? Well, look what happened. Remember our ratio tables, how they can help us pull things together? Remember, it's the $4. Well, here's $2.50 plus $1 is $3.50 plus 50 cents. There's your $4. So all of these added up must be what you get per child. So a quarter plus a dime plus a nickel gives you 40 cents. So if you go back up here, every time, if you're dividing by 10, that decimal just goes to the left once and you have your answer, whether if this was, let's say, 4.00 something, or if it's money, then it's just $0.40. Okay, just move that decimal back. So let's look along the same lines. If we had $8 divided by 10 kids, well, we just did it. It's 80 cents because the decimal moves back. Remember, this is a whole number, so there's the decimal, and if it goes back 1, you got 0.8 and then the 0 for 80 cents. Okay? Uh-oh. Now we still have the $8, but now our people has cut in half. Does that mean that goes to 40? No, it does not, because we're dividing. Okay? So now you can even picture it. If you got $8 divided by 10 people and they get 80 cents, and now let's do it all over again. Five kids leave, and now you got $8 divided by 5 kids. Aren't they going to get more? Yes, they are. They're going to get double, $1.60. Okay? So, another example in the teacher's guide. Okay, this is not in your book. This was in the teaching pages of Bridges. So let's look at it. We got $5, $4, $8, $2, and we're dividing by 10 for all those. Okay? Well, remember, this is a whole number 5 too. Okay? And dividing by 10. Isn't that what 5/10 is? remember, fractions are also division problems. So 5 divided by 10 is the same as 5/10. And from decimals and fractions, you know 5/10 is 0.5. And when you make that money, it's 50 cents. Okay? So here's $4 divided by 10. Okay? Well, that's, since this is $4, okay, it's a whole number 4. 4 divided by 10. 4/10. Decimal, 0.4. Money, 40 cents. $8 divided by 10. Well, that's 8/10. 8 divided by 10, which is 0.8, which is 80 cents. And finally, the same thing, $2 divided by 10, which is the same as saying 2/10, gives you 0.2 as a decimal, 20 cents in money. Okay? Now, I know we're, the first couple pages of your student book is, dividing up money. So that's why we're spending so much time on this right now. So session 5 talks about, well, if you had $12 divided by 8, well, I just said that's the same thing as a division problem. That's 12 divided by 8, okay? Well, most of you know this is an improper fraction, okay? I know this is dollars. I got rid of the dollar sign just to show you it's very similar to it's just an improper fraction, okay? So 12/8 equals, most of us know that's 1 4/8, okay? 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, 12/8, 1 4/8, which reduces to 1 1/2. 1 1/2. What would be 1 1/2 in money? $1.50. $1.50. And that's what $12 divided by 8 is. $1.50 each. Okay? So as we go down here, what if you did a ratio table? Okay? We did $12 divided by 8 people. This time, instead of over here where I kept it $8 and went from 10 people to 5 people, here we are cutting in half both the dollars and the people. Okay? So $12 goes to 6, 8 goes to 4 people. And we're keeping, this is the same ratio since we're doing the same thing to each number. Half of 6 is 3, half of 4 is 2. So now we got 3 over 2. And then if we take half of 3, it's $1.50, half of 2 is 1. So for every one person, you get $1.50. That's using a ratio table, okay? Or one way of using a ratio table. Now, I'm going to show that blue after we're all done.
Okey-dokey.
Another example is, this is also from the teacher's edition. You won't find it in your books. But just as a reminder, remember dividend divided by the divisor gives you the answer, which is a quotient. Okay, keep that in mind as we look at this. Okay, so we're going to do it again. We have number 1, number 2, number 3. We're looking at relationships here. Okay, so the first problem is the one we just did. $12 divided by 8 people is $1.50 each. Okay, now what happens when we double the people but not the money? So number 2 is $12. We kept that the same, but we doubled the people. Okay, remember, now we have 8 more people than the first 8. We got double the people wanting the same amount of money, from the same amount of money. That gets cut in half. Now there's only half as much money to give to each person, 75 cents, which is half of $1.50. Now let's go the other way. We're going to double the money and go and leave it 16. What do you think? What happened here? What's going on here? So now we got double the money but the same amount. It kind of makes sense that it goes back up to where we were when we had each person gets $1.50, because $24 divided by 16 is $1.50. Okay, so keep those relationships when you're doing ratio tables, and even if you do it kind of this way, remember I put dividend, divisor, quotient. So okay, or 1 4/8, remember that? Okay, but that's $1.50. So we've got the divisor, the dividend, quotient, just like you've been doing way back in fractions. Okay, now down here, 243 to 244, like I said, is dividing money, like I just did. 245 and 246 are just in general a review of previous topics, okay? And home connections is a review of many things, but the first couple of pages are like multiplying, and there's at least one page where you're doing line plots, okay? And the last thing, total, is student book 243 to 246. I skipped over a workplace, so don't worry about that. And home connections 125 to 128. Okay? I hope that came across okay. You can email me. Your parents have my email. If you want to email me with questions, that's fine. I check my email every day. So, 4th grade, this is Mr. Bauer signing off from Studio B. Have a great weekend. Bye.